Hello and welcome to Sport Management 340 Sport and Film for Summer Online 2018 Summer B. So I am Professor DeMartini. Most of you have had me in real class, though there are a few new faces. So you are welcome to call me Professor DeMartini or DMar. Either of those are fine, and I do use the pronouns she, her. So our class is going to be a little bit different because it is online, of course. And most people assume that they know a lot about sport movies because, of course, we've all seen plenty of sport movies. But this course is going to look quite a bit deeper. We're going to use films to look at the social and historical context of sport and the way that we can use sport films to reproduce and challenge dominant social ideologies, which, if you've had sociology with me, should already sound familiar. So we are going to pay attention to particularly relevant things like race and nationalism and masculinity and gender and violence and fan culture, all of those things that are relevant to the world today and certainly that connect with sports sociology. So the way our class is going to work is that each week has a theme, and we will have particular goals that I want you to reach, so they are learning outcomes. And every week you will have readings, you will watch sport films, and then we'll have assignments to do. So I've tried really hard to make it easy to navigate by linking everything together in multiple places on our online class. But if you ever can't find anything, go to the Pages tab and go to the top where it says View All Pages, and you should be able to find pretty much everything that you would need. We do have a textbook. You will be doing reading in this class. So that textbook is Sean Crossan's Sport and Film. If you want it in hard copy, it's about $45. I would go ahead and order that. But there are ebooks available online, so no excuses that you have not done your reading, of course. Even though it is a short semester and we're doing it online, we still have to cover the same amount of material that we cover in a regular semester. So this does mean that we go really fast. So I did create a recommended weekly schedule for you, which I sent in your welcome email and it, of course, is on the Canvas site. So I want you to really think about it in terms of what would be normal class time and then what you would use for reading and homework outside of normal class and structure your week that way. Also, please set your notification settings in Canvas so that every time there's activity in the course, you get a push notification to whatever email or phone that you actually use. So anytime there's a discussion or I give you feedback or there's a new announcement, please make sure that you are getting that information just as soon as possible. A slightly different thing about getting in touch with me over the summer, I'm actually living in the United Kingdom. So that means I am on a different time zone than you guys are. So I am actually 5 hours ahead. So I am on BST, British Standard Time. So don't leave your questions to the very end of Eastern Time because I might already be in bed. So make sure that you're doing things ahead of time. Also, I've set up a discussion page that's specifically for questions. And of course, I will go in there to answer questions, but I also don't want you to have to wait for me. So you guys can answer each other's questions in that discussion area too. So our first week. First is introductions. So we're in an online environment, so we're not going to see each other, and we don't have the same access that we normally would. So I do want you to introduce yourselves to each other so we know who is in the class. So you'll do that in the welcome module. You'll give a brief bio, just a couple of sentences, telling me the name you prefer to go by and your pronouns, and then upload a picture of yourself doing something that you really love, and then another image of just anything you really like. So it can be something you enjoy doing, or your pet, or your partner, or whatever, but just 2 pictures so we get to know you a little bit better. Then we are going to jump right in. So our first week is a bit more like a traditional class than the other weeks will be. There are online recorded lectures. Please forgive, the video editing is pretty poor. I know that. It is not my forte. So I know you can't see the board, the blackboard, the whiteboard in the videos. So I did create slides for you that replicate what I would be putting on the board. So I recommend that you split your screen and be watching the video of me talking at the same time as you have those slides up because it gives you a nice outline and you can see all the stuff that I would have been writing on the board if we were in class. So Our goals for this very first week, besides just getting our feet wet, figuring out how this is going to work, doing all the logistics, are one, we want to explain the components of how one critically reads a sport film. And then I want you to be able to describe the genre of a sport film. So the assignments for this week, you will answer discussion questions, and then you'll have 2 quizzes to take, but they are the only quizzes you'll have to do the whole summer. So definitely make sure that you've done the reading before you start the quizzes, and there are online recorded lectures with commentary flowing with them to help you get through this material in this first week. So let me know if you have questions, post those in the discussion board. You can also email me at my regular email or use the inbox feature of Canvas, but I look forward to learning with you. Have a great first week.